Hey, what's up guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing an X-Saber deck profile. So this is a deck that you guys have been highly requesting me do an update of because I actually went out there and searched an X-Saber deck profile, and I'm the top one that pops up, and it's been a year since I actually updated, or 5 months or something like that. It's been a while since I actually updated X-Saber, so I'm sorry that I haven't updated it in a while. So let me know what decks you guys want to see updated, and I definitely will update them. Or make new deck profiles if I don't already have the deck existing. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight on this. I'm so excited to show you guys this deck. I totally forgot I even had it. Like, I've been playing with it off and on since you guys have been requesting it, but before that I was like, man, I have X-Sabers? What? So let's get straight on this, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell next to become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. So this deck is super fun and really easy to look across the table at your opponent and be like, haha, got him. Got 'ems. So, you know, you're just going to be able to get cards out of your opponent's hand, just rip cards out of your opponent's hand, and be able to just destroy your opponent's strategy by ripping cards out of their hand. So, first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of X-Saber Fault Troll. X-Saber Alt Fault Troll basically cannot be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand while you control 2 or more X-Saber monsters, and then once per turn, you can special summon a level 4 or lower X-Saber monster from your graveyard. So it's kind of like a walking Monster Reborn, and special summons itself directly from your hand, which is really good, and it's a really good monster to have. 3 copies of Bogard Knight. Bogard Knight is, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower X-Saber monster from your hand, and it cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of an X-Saber synchro monster. Which is not that big of a deal because you're just going to have this card for stuff like Gotems and stuff like that you're going to be synchro summoning anyways. We don't play that many synchro monsters compared to the last build that I was playing. I play a lot more Link monsters and stuff like that, but I still play the basic X-Saber monsters. I really wish we could get an X-Saber Link monster. That'd be really nice. Hey, Konami. 3 copies of Arabellum. Arabellum is really good. If this card inflicts damage to your opponent by a direct attack, you discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. It's a level 3 tuner monster, so it's really good to be able to, you know, synchro summon out stuff from your deck. I even use this to summon Trishula sometimes, because if you have 2 copies of Dark Soul and Arabellum on the field, you can just instantly go into Trishula and rip a card from your opponent's hand, field, and grave, and just banish them. And then if you have Gotems, Gotems just does more by getting more stuff. Then we play 3 copies of X-Saber Dark Souls. X-Saber Dark Souls is during the end phase. If this card is sent from your side of the field to the graveyard, you can add an X-Saber monster from your deck to your hand. Now, the important thing about this card is that I did not mention last time I did this profile is I said last time that you could send it to the graveyard with Foolish Burial. You cannot. You have to send it from the field to the graveyard in order to gain that add effect, which is not that big of a deal. You just set it or, you know, attack into something to add a X-Saber from your deck to your hand, which is usually going to be Fall Troll, so you can get into more plays. Then I play 3 copies of X-Saber Rag. I just call it X-Saber Rag. Basically, when this card is normal summoned, you can add an X-Saber monster from your graveyard to your hand. Usually, that's going to be your Fall Trolls that you've used previously to summon, and it's really easy to do that, to just normal summon this, add Fall Troll back, and if you have another X-Saber on the field, you can just special summon out Fall Troll directly from your hand and then revive something else. I mean, it's just snowballs from there. So this card's a really good 3 of to play in the deck. Then we play 3 copies of Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat is super good in the deck because its effect is that you send this card from your side of the field to the graveyard to special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast monsters, which can be a Arabellum and a Dark Soul, and then special summon out from your deck or from your hand. Fall Troll brings back another X-Saber, and then you have like a bunch of X-Sabers on the field, so you can just kind of go into all sorts of different plays. Then I play 3 copies of Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is extremely important for the deck because it gets out your gets out your Link monsters, so you can kind of go into, not Link monsters, level 4 monsters, so you can Link summon and go into other plays that you might want to go into. This card is really good for this deck. You need it to be able to discard spells to special summon out stuff like Bogard Knight or X-Saber, or just to special summon Bogard Knight. Like, that's the only one you really summon with this card. And, I mean, it's really good to be able to get Bogard Knight out. or get out your rescue cat so you can get more materials on the field so you can use them for link fodder to go into other monsters, which is really beneficial for the deck to go into. Then I play one of my own little personal techs, and that is one copy of the Mystical Beast of the Forest, or as I call it, Bambi. Basically, this is here because it lets you go into your copies of, or link summon in, or synchro summon into Naturia Beast. Basically, that's the only reason it's here, is to go into Naturia Beast, because if you summon this and a copy of Dark Soul at the same time, you can synchro them away to summon your copy of Naturia Beast to kind of stall out your opponent to get more plays off, so you can just, go for more stuff to stall your opponent out from negating spells. Then I play 3 copies of Ash Blossom for my hand trap that I play in the deck. You can change it out, but Ash Blossom hands down is the best hand trap, so we're going to be playing 3 copies of that. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So basically, really quickly about this, it's really easy to summon quick combo during the deck profile. It's really easy to summon Naturia Beast because all you have to do is normal summon the Rescue Cat, and it's a 1-card Naturia Beast. Tribute this or send it to wherever you do with it. Summon these 2 and then synchro these 2 together for your copy of Naturia Beast, and the Naturia Beast is on the field to negate spells, which can be really beneficial if you're playing against something like Sky Striker or something like that, to just be able to negate all the spells that you just don't want to deal with. So it's really, 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 really good in the deck. Then we play 1 copy of Monster Reborn and 1 copy of World Legacy Succession. Basically, these are just here to revive back my monsters so I can go into more plays. World Legacy Succession is really good because you can also, instead of going for Naturia Beast, you can go for Id, the World Chalice Jurisdictor. You can go for this, and it counts as a tuner monster, so you can also use this to go into Gothams, because Gothams just requires a tuner monster and an earth monster. So if you have Bogard Knight on the field and this, you can go directly to your Gothams, and then you Gothams. I know, I can't help it. There's so many puns here with Gothams. 2 copies of Instant Fusion. This card's here to bait your opponent and use Sea Monster of Thestalos to synchro summon into Gothams, because you can use it as a level 5 synchro or tuner monster with Bogard Knight to special summon itself out. It's special summon out Gothams. 3 copies of Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is extremely important in this deck. You do not want to get hand trapped, so this card's really important. 3 copies of Gotham's Second Call. Gotham's Second Call is good because if you control an X-Saber synchro monster, you can target 2 X-Saber monsters in your grave and special summon both those targets, ignoring their summoning conditions, but their attack becomes 0 and destroy them during the end phase of the turn. You can only activate the effect of Gotham's Second Call once per turn, and you cannot conduct your battle phase a turn you activate this effect. So if you have Gothams on the field, in order to activate Gothams' effect is you have to treat an X-Saber monster to discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. So basically this card says, hey, discard 2 cards from your opponent's hand, or 3 depending on what you have. If you special summon the Fall Troll, and you have Fall Troll on the field, you can revive something and hit something, or hit 2 cards. But if you summon this, and let's say you summon, you have this in the grave, and let's say you have any other, just an Herbellum. Let's just say you have Herbellum in the grave, and you have this in the grave. You can activate the Gotham's Emergency Call or Gotham's Second Call to revive these 2, and then add this back to hand with Fall Troll, special summon Fall Troll, special summon back another one with the Fall Troll, and then tribute 4 to rip 4 cards out of your opponent's hand, which is extremely easy to pull off. And I mean extremely easy to pull off in this deck. So that is an option. So basically the whole deck revolves around summoning Gothams. I mean that's it. You want to summon Gothams and just rip cards out of your opponent's hand. 3 copies of Fire Formation Tinky is our last spell that we're going to be playing in this deck, because this card adds your Beast Warrior monsters from your deck to your hand that are level 4 and lower. So it adds your Bogard Knight and it adds your Rag, because it's a normal, or it's a Beast Warrior, so you can add this, or you can add the Bogard Knight. from your deck to your hand. So that's the 2 that you can add off of this particular card. I wish it said Beast or Beast Warrior, because then I'd add Rescue Cat. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Gotham's Emergency Call. You can activate this card if there's a face of X-Saber monsters on your field to select 2 X-Saber monsters in either player's graveyard and special summon those monsters to your side of the field. This card is really good as just a big revival. Like, what you want to do is get Gotham's on the field and either have this or Second Call, and then bring them back and then just start ripping cards out of your opponent's hand. Like, that's all you have to do in this deck. It's very simple. It's very easy to go into Gotham's, so you can just synchro and just start ripping cards out. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing 2 copies of X-Saber Gotham's. Gotham's effect is that you have to tribute an X-Saber monster to discard a random card from your opponent's hand. That's all it does. It's a 3100 beat stick. It's really, really good. 1 copy of X-Saber Soza. This card is basically just here because it's a, pretty much an X-Saber. Mine's misprint because it's offset. Like, the name is really offset, so I wanted to play this card. During your main phase, you can treat an X-Saber monster, choose one of these effects, and it applies, and then this card gains that effect. At the start of damage check, this card battles opponent's monster. Destroy that monster without damage calculation. This card cannot be destroyed by traps. So it's really good to summon this and then swing into something that can't be destroyed by battle or something like that. So it's an option. I only play 1 copy of Hylian, or Hylie, whatever it is. This card destroys 3 spell or traps on the field when it's synchro summoned, which is really good. And it's a good one of. I probably would never play it at more than 1, though. 1 copy of Trishula, because Trishula is really easy to summon in this deck. Because, like I said, you just have to have a Dark Soul and then 2 Dark Souls and an Arbellum. 1 copy of Ib, because it's easy to go in Ib. I showed you guys that combo earlier that you can go into Ib. 1 copy of Naturia Beast, because Naturia Beast is really easy to go into with Bambi and a Dark Soul. Sea Monster of Thestalos, you summon this off of Instant Fusion to go into Gotham's with a Bogard Knight. 2 copies of, or 1,000 Eyes Restrict and 1,000 Eyes Millennium Eyes Restrict. These basically bait your opponent out so you can go into your plays. These cards are really good, and you just use them after you get done with them. You use Link Rebo. Boral Sword to OTK your opponent. Yugioh, because this deck summons like crazy, and you can summon Yugioh and then special summon stuff from your hand. It's an option to dig into your deck to get Gotham's Second Call and stuff like that from your deck to your hand, so you can start reviving stuff if you need to. 2 copies of Mrs. Radiant, because everything's Earth, and they all gain attack off of Mrs. Radiant. And then 1 copy of Link Rebo, because Link Rebo uses with 1,000 Eyes. So that's it for the deck, guys. It's super fun to play around with this deck. I should carry this to locals and do some live duels with it. I might actually do that for you guys. If you want to see some live duels with this, definitely let me know. Any deck that you guys want to see live duels with, comment below them and tell me you want to see a live duel with it. I probably will be posting in the community tab, if I haven't already, about that, so I can do live duels for you guys, and I need to do more of those. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell and there soon become part of Notification Squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.